Let's come back home then. KwaZulu-Natal ANC regional leaders are briefing the media after their visit to the former President Jacob Zuma in Nkandla. Let's listen in. Simpwhiwe Makhanya is in fact there for us this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you, Simpwhiwe. All right, so what's happening at Nkandla this time around? We understand that, of course, there was some sort of a meeting. What's being discussed? What's happening?
Indeed, the floor at about 10 a.m. this morning, 11 regions of the ANC here in KwaZulu-Natal descended here at Nkandla, visiting former President Jacob Zuma. But I'm not going to waste time, Flo, because I do have one of the regional leaders who was here during this visit. That is Dr. Ntutu, who comes from Mbuso Kubega region, formerly known as the Malahleni region. Mr. Mahlaba, thank you very much for your time. Briefly about the purpose of this visit today.
Thank you very much. Greetings to you and all the viewers. I think as the leadership of the forum, Comrade Zwite and Comrade Mdaga mentioned, it was for us to come here and show and seek wisdom from President Zuma, and also at the same time pledge support and solidarity with him. We know what he's going through. Basically it was about that, and as to how we can make sure that we reshape and move forward with our organization.
Did you in fact have any discussions regarding the upcoming provincial conference of the ANC in terms of the leadership structure of that conference?
No, we never discussed any leadership. We were just discussing principles, and also he was very emphatic that we must use the policies of the ANC like through the eye of the needle when we look at the question of the leadership.
Speaking of the leadership, Dr. Mahlaba, your name has been, circulating around the media, saying that, with some saying that you will be contesting the position of the provincial chairperson of the ANC in this province. Are you going to avail yourself when branches of the ANC nominate you?
In the ANC, we never say elect me or I'm available. It's the process of branches, and I must say I'm not in a hurry to lead anyway. Age is on my side, and I also have responsibilities also in my region. But that is the duty of branches to decide how they nominate the leadership.
When that time comes, Dr. Mahlaba, I know that you are saying that branches are still deliberating on this matter, but what I'm trying to understand is, will you make yourself available when the time comes?
As I said, I'm subjected to the will of branches, as I've always done. If branches can decide that I must go and lead in my branch, Professor Kata Asmal branch, I will do so. I will always abide by the will of the branches.
Even if they nominate you to lead the province?
As I said, as a disciplined member of the ANC, I always abide by the decisions of the ANC.
Talking of the issues regarding the ANC, of course, the party suffered, immensely during the previous local government elections. As this current leadership, what is your sense in terms of analyzing the recent local government elections, in terms of what you have to do, better to improve the situation? Because even in your region, where you were the former mayor of Newcastle, that municipality is no longer under the ANC. What are you going to do differently?
No, as the ANC, we always do an introspection of whatever event we come from. We came from elections. We are busy reflecting on that. And as I said, there are things that we can't divulge publicly as to what we plan to do. But we are confident that because if you look honestly on the results, the opposition parties kept the votes that they had. It's just that the ANC voters never went out to vote, and the question is why, and that is why we are busy looking at that to make sure that going forward as the ANC we reclaim our space.
Would it be fair, though, Dr. Mahlaba, to say you don't know why voters of the ANC didn't vote for the ANC up to now?
No, we've reflected on many issues as the ANC, but I'm not at liberty at this stage to divulge as to what we saw or noticed as a problem.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That's Dr. Ntuthuko Mahlaba Flo. He was one of the regional leaders who came here to pay a courtesy visit to former President Jacob Zuma. They say they came here to seek wisdom ahead of the provincial conference. Of course, we know it's going to be a very crucial, conference for the ANC. But what is also important to note, Flo, is that the current chairperson of the ANC in this province, that's Sihlezi Galala, as well as the provincial secretary Mdumiseni Ntuli, were not part of these discussions that were taking place here at former President Jacob Zuma's home. Flo, it's over to you now.
All right, thanks very much, Simpwhiwe Makhanya, for keeping an ear on the ground for us there in Nkandla. Of course, reporting for us as KwaZulu-Natal ANC regional leaders met with the former President Jacob Zuma in Nkandla. And you heard there why they were there, the purpose of their visit to seek guidance, but also to show support for the former President Jacob Zuma.